are the Canucks solidifying themselves as the second wildcard team in the Western Conference, as Tampa solidified themselves at the third spot in the Atlantic Division. Recent spurs from Tampa and Vancouver have themselves in really good positions entering the Four Nations face-off break. We'll go to all the last game recaps and standings updates before the Four Nations face-off coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Internet Hockey Channel. Now before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe below. Thank you all your support. We're now with you guys. We're on the way to 500 subscribers, so if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below. It really helps out with the channel. And don't forget to comment down in the comment section below so something else discuss in this video. So in today's video, as we talked about, we got a game recap video here to discuss the last game recap before the Four Nations breaks. So after this one, I won't be having too many game recaps. I'll have 2 game recaps next week. One hopefully on Monday, one hopefully on Friday, talking about the Four Nations. They'll be relatively shorter ones, but I just do want to recap the Four Nations and how it's going. And then hopefully we'll be able to get back to a regularly scheduled game recap portion of the video on February 24th. So this is our last NHL recap video until February 24th. So we have a lot of interesting games to talk about here. We saw 5 games happen over on Friday, 14 happen on Saturday, and 2 happen on Sunday. So we'll get to all those games here. So first over on Friday, we saw the Pittsburgh Penguins come from behind and hold on to beat the New York Rangers 3-2, as they have a 4-game point streak and improved to 23, 24, and 9, while the Rangers have lost 4 of 6 and fall 26, 24, and 4. So a bad stretch here for New York. For the Penguins, Rust had 2 assists, and Lizotte, Tomasino, and Raquel were 3 goal scorers for the Penguins in the win, while Trocheck had a goal and 8 assists, and Fox also scored for Rangers in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Crosby and Malkinless Pittsburgh Penguins team took down the New York Rangers. That's surprising and stunning. Then we saw the Winnipeg Jets score 3 unanswered goals and came from behind to beat the New York Islanders 4-3. Impressive winner from the Jets, as they've won 8 straight and put to 39, 14, and 3. Well, the Islanders fall to 25, 22, and 7 on the year. So a bad loss there from the Islanders. Had the lead but blew it and lose some ground in the playoff race. For the Jets, Velarde scored twice. Connor and Scheifele both had 2 assists. And Ehlers and Iafallo both also scored for the Jets in the win. While Palmieri, Holmstrom, and Gakcombe were 3 goal scorers for the Islanders in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Jets take the win over the New York Islanders. Then we saw the Chicago Blackhawks. I don't know where the Chicago Blackhawks team was early in the year. Score 5 unanswered goals and destroy the Nashville Predators 6-2, as they improved to 17, 31, and 6, dropping the Predators, who have lost 6 straight, to 18, 28, and 7. So a really bad stretch here from Nashville. For the Hawks, Donato had 4.8, 2 goals, 2 assists. Jones, Bedard, and Azar all had goal and assists. Teravainen and Vlasic both had 2 assists, and Maroon also scored for the Blackhawks in the win, while Sissons and Novak were 2 goal scorers for the Predators in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but Chicago obliterated the Predators. Then we saw Colorado Avalanche blow a multi-goal lead but recovered and beat the Edmonton Oilers 5-4. Thanks to this goal here from Martin Necas. It was a late game winner, broke the 4-all tie, and was credit Sports Snap, and Necas was able to get the winner, as the Avalanche have won 4 of 5 and improved to 33, 22, and 2, while the Oilers fall to 34, 17, and 4 on the year. So a bad loss there to finish out their pre-Four Nations portion of the schedule. For the Avalanche, McKinnon had 4.8, goal, 3 assists. McCarr had 3.8, 2 goals, and 8 assists. Lehkonen had a goal and 8 assists. Taves had 2 assists, and Necas also scored for the Avalanche in the win. While Draisaitl and Perry both scored twice, and Nugent Hopkins also scored for the Oilers in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there. A potential first-round playoff preview, but the Avalanche come away with the victory over the Oilers in this one. And then we saw the LA Kings to wrap up Friday, blow multiple leads but recovered and took down the Dallas Stars 5-4 in a shootout, as they've won 3 straight and improved to 28, 17, and 6, while the Stars have 0.6-7 but do fall to 34, 18, and 2. For the Kings, Fiala had a goal and 8 assists. Deneau had 2 assists. Kopitar, Laferriere, and Fogle also scored in regulation, and Kempe and Fiala both scored in a show for the Kings. Well, Duchesne had 3.8 for the Stars with 2 goals and 8 assists, and Bork and Harley both also scored for the Stars in a show loss. It was a really intriguing tight battle between the Stars and the Kings Kings come away out with a show victory in this one. Then we saw the Tampa Bay Lightning open up a 3-goal lead and held on for a 6-3 victory over the Detroit Red Wings, as they have a 3-game win and 5-game point streak and improved to 30, 20, and 4, while the Detroit Red Wings had their 7-game win and 8-game point streak end and fall at 28, 22, and 5. So that was an awful loss from Detroit, who remain in a playoff spot, but the Bolts have now won 3 straight, and they are back in the third in the Atlantic. For Tampa, Hagel had 4.8, 2 goals, 2 assists. Chernecko had a goal and 2 assists, and Kucherov had 3 assists, both at 3.8s. McDonough had 2 assists, and Paul Point and Duke, who scored his first career NHL goal, also scored for the Lightning in the win, while DeBrincat had 3.8 with a goal and 2 assists, and Tarasenko and Kane both also scored for Red Wings in the loss. So a bad loss there there from Detroit as their win streak gets halted heading into the Four Nations break. Then we saw the New Jersey Devils open the scoring and shut out Montreal 4-0 as they improved to 31-20-6, while the Canadiens have lost 7 of 8 and fall 25-25-5. Bad loss there for Montreal as they're back down to 500. For the Devils, Jack Hughes and Brad both had goal and assist. Luke Hughes and Paul Cotter also scored, and Allen stopped all 34 shots he faced in the shutout win for the Devils. So an impressive win there from New Jersey as they took down Montreal. Then we saw the Carolina Hurricanes score 4 second period goals and destroyed Utah 7-3 as they've ended a 3-game losing streak and improved to 33-19-4, while Utah has lost 6 of 8 and fall 23-23-9. So an embarrassing loss there from Utah, while Carolina gains a little bit in the Metro Division. For the Hurricanes, Jarvis had 4-point night, 2 goals, 2 assists. Aho had a 3-point night with 2 goals and an assist. Chatfield had a goal and an assist. Seshnikov and Blake both had 2 assists, and Roslovic and Martinez both also scored for the Hurricanes in the win, while Keller scored twice, and Doan also scored for Utah in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but Carolina comes away with a very dominant victory. Then we saw the Golden Knights overcome a 2-goal deficit and scored 3 unanswered, including this very late game winner from Tomas Hertl. Ronald Kuskera Sportsnet, but Hertl was able to get the late game winner and help Vegas come from behind to beat Boston 4-3, as they have a point in 7 of 10 and improved to 33-17-6, while the Bruins have lost 4 of 6 and fall 27-24-6. So a bad loss there from Boston, as they aren't able to capitalize on some of those other teams losing, and they remain out of a playoff spot. For the Knights, Stone had a goal and an assist. Theodore and Eichel both had 2 assists, and Dorofiev, Whitecloud, and Hertl also scored for the Knights in the win, while Zadorov had a goal and an assist, and Marchand and Geeky both also scored for the Bruins in the loss. So it was a bad loss there from Boston. Had a lead, but could not hold on to it and lose ground in the playoff race. Then we saw New York Rangers overcome a 3rd-period deficit and took a late lead, taking down the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-3, as they've won 3 of 4 and improved to 27-24-4, while the Jackets lose 4 straight entering the break and fall 26-22-8, so a bad loss there for Columbus. For the Rangers, Cooley scored twice, Zibanejad had goal and an assist, Trocheck had 2 assists, and Kaliev also scored for Rangers in the win, while Kent Johnston, Justin Danforth, and James Anderson were 3-goal scorers for the Jackets in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, a big one in the playoff race, and the Rangers come away with it. Then we saw Vancouver Canucks break a tie in the 3rd period and beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1, as they have a 3-game win and 4-game point streak and improved to 26-18-11, really heating up entering the break, while the Leafs have their 3-game win streak end and fall 33-20-2, so a bad loss there for Toronto. For the Canucks, Veronica had a goal and an assist, Besser also scored, and Lankinen stopped 27-28 shots he faced in the win for the Canucks, while Riley was the lone goal scorer for the Leafs in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Canucks come away with the victory in this one. Then we saw a back-and-forth game that saw the St. Louis Blues in a long shoot, I think it was something like 10 rounds, take down Chicago Blackhawks 6-5, as the Blues have a point in 3 of 4 and improved to 25-26-5, while the Hawks have a 3-game point streak of lost 4 of 5 and fall to 17-31-7, so a bad loss there from Chicago. For the Blues, Broberg, Thomas, and Joseph all had a goal and an assist. Buchnevich and Shem both had 2 assists. Walker and Fowler both also scored in regulation, and Shannon Faxon both scored in the show for the Blues in the win, while McCabe had 3-point with a goal and 2 assists. Martinez and Teravainen both had a goal and an assist. Foligno had 2 assists, and Donato and Smith also scored in regulation, with Teravainen being the lone shoot goal scorer for the Blackhawks in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Blues come away with the show victory over Chicago. Then we saw the Philadelphia Flyers get out to a 2-goal lead thanks to this goal here from Travis Konechny from Elko Sportsnet, but Konechny was able to help the Flyers get out to a 2-goal lead and held on as they beat their Pennsylvania rivals in Pittsburgh 3-2, as they have ended their 5-game losing streak and improved to 24-26-7, while the Penguins had their 4-game point streak end and fall to 23-25-9, so a bad loss there from Pittsburgh. For the Flyers, Konechny had a goal and an assist. Hathaway and Lawton both also scored for Flyers in the win, while Carlson and Hayes were 2-goal scorers for the Penguins in the loss, so a bad loss there from Pittsburgh, as both Pittsburgh and Philadelphia are way out of a playoff spot. Then we saw Florida Panthers score 5 unanswered goals and destroyed the Ottawa Senators 5-1, as they have won 5 of 6 and improved to 34-20-3, while the Senators just can't seem to find a win. They've lost 3 straight and fall 29-23-4, losing twice to Tampa and once to Florida. For the Panthers, Matthew Tkachuk had a 3-point night, goal to assist. Barkov had a goal and an assist. Forsling, Bennett, and Lundell also scored, and Bobrovsky stopped 26-27 shots he faced in the win for the Panthers, while Brady Tkachuk was the lone goal scorer for the Senators in the loss. So it was a bad way for the Senators to go into the break, even though they are still in a playoff spot. Then we saw the Minnesota Wild score 5 unanswered goals and take down the New York Islanders 6-3. 3, as they have won 5 of 7 and improved to 33-19 and 4, while the Islanders have lost 3 of 4 and fall 25-23 and 7, so a bad loss there from the Islanders. For the Wild, Boldy had 3-point night, 2 goals and 8 assists. Spurgeon had 2 assists, and Trennan, Foligno, Rossi, and Gaudreau also scored for the Wild in the win, while Palmieri and Nelson both had goal and 8 assists. Sapolkov had 2 assists, and Lee also scored for the Islanders in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Wild are a victorious team on this night. Then we saw Nashville Preds blow a 2-goal lead and nearly blew another one, but recovered and beat the Buffalo Sabres 6-4, as they have ended their 6-game losing streak and improved to 19, 28, and 7, while the Sabres had their 4-game win streak end and fall to 22, 27, and 5. So a bad loss there from Buffalo. For the Predators, Marchessault had a goal and 3 assists, and O'Reilly, who had 4 assists, both had 4-point nights. Forsberg and Shea both scored twice, and Novak also scored for Predators in the win, while Tuck had 3-point night with a goal and 2 assists. Dahlin and Byron both had goal and 8 assists, and Cozens also scored for Sabres in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, high-scoring affair, but the Predators come away and end their losing streak with this one. Then we saw Dallas Stars score 7 unanswered goals and destroyed the San Jose Sharks 8-3, as they've won 6 of 8 and improved to 35-18 and 2, while the Sharks have lost 4 straight, 10 of 11 and fall to 15, 35 and 7, so a bad loss there for San Jose. For the Stars, Duchesne had 3-point night, 2 goals and 8 assists. Harley, Ben, and Johnston all had goal and 8 assists. Bichel and Granlund both had 2 assists, and Marchment, Robertson, and Bork also scored for Stars in the win, while Zetterlund, Dewar, and Eklund were 3-goal scorers for the Sharks in the loss. So a bad loss there from San Jose as they falter at the hands of Dallas. Then we saw Seattle Kraken overcome a 2-goal deficit, scored 3 unanswered, including this goal here, the overtime winner for Matty Beniers. Ronaldo scored on Sportsnet, but the Kraken will come from behind and take down Calgary in overtime 3-2, as they've ended their 3-game losing streak and improved to 24, 29, and 4, while the Flames have lost 3 straight, 6 of 8, and fall to 26, 21, and 8. For the Kraken, Wright and Burakovsky both had goal and 8 assists, and Beniers, who had the OT winner, also scored for the Kraken in the win, while Frost and Kadri were 2-goal scorers for the Flames in the loss. So a bad loss there from Calgary as they falter at the hands of the Seattle Kraken. Then we saw the Anaheim Ducks blow a 3rd-period lead but recovered and beat the LA Kings 2-1 in a shootout, as they've won 3 straight, 6 of 7, and improved to 24, 24, and 6, while the Kings have a 4-game point streak but fall 29, 17, and 7, so a bad loss there from Los Angeles. For the Ducks, Dumoulin was the lone regulation goal scorer, and Zegras and Carlson were 2 shoot goal scorers, with LaSalle stopping 43 of 44 shots he faced in the win for the Ducks, while Kempe was the lone goal scorer for Kings in the shootout loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Ducks come away with the victory. Those were all games we saw over on Saturday. Going over to 2 we saw over on Sunday. First, we saw Utah Hockey Club blow a 2-goal lead but recovered and beat Washington 5-4 in a shootout, as they've won 3 of 4 and improved to 24, 23, and 9, while the Capitals have a 6-game point streak but fall to 36, 11, and 8 on the year, so a bad loss there for Washington. For the Utah Hockey Club, Doan, McBain, and Gunther all had goal and 8 assists. Kurt Choney also scored in regulation, and Schmelz was the lone shoot goal scorer for the Utah Hockey Club in the win, while Wilson, who had 2 goals and 8 assists, and Ovechkin, who had 3 assists, both had 3-point nights, and Strome and Dubois both had goal and 8 assists for the Capitals in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but the Capitals do lose in a shootout. Then we saw Tampa Bay get out to a 3-goal lead and nearly blew it, but held on and beat the Montreal Canadiens 5-3, as the Bolts have a 4-game win and 6-game point streak and improved to 31, 20, and 4, while the Canadiens have lost 8 of 9 and fall to 25, 26, and 5. So a horrible way to go into the break for the Montreal Canadiens. For the Lightning, Hedman and Cirelli both had goal and 8 assists. Hagel and Gensel both had 2 assists, and Paul, Point, and Gergensen, who scores first as a member of Tampa Bay Lightning, also scored for Lightning in the win, while Gallagher scored twice and Dvorak also scored for the Canadiens in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but Tampa's won 4 straight heading into the Four Nations break. So interesting stuff there. So those are some interesting games from our past couple days. Just to quickly go over and see how the standings shape up as of right now heading into the Four Nations break. At this current point in time, we have 10 teams who have hit the 60-point plateau in the East, including 3 teams who have hit the 70-point plateau. That's 80-point Washington, 71-point Florida, and 70-point Carolina. After them, you have 68-point New Jersey, 68-point Toronto, and 66-point Tampa, who round out the top 6 teams. Then you have 62-point Ottawa in the first wildcard position, 61-point Detroit in the second wildcard position, and 60-point Columbus and Boston out of a playoffs right now. So Boston and Columbus have hit the 60-point plateau, but remaining 1 game out of a playoff spot. The Rangers are currently at 58 points, 3 points out of a playoff spot. The Islanders are at 57 points, 4 points out of a playoff spot. And the Canadiens, Penguins, and Flyers are all 6 points out of the playoff spot at 55 points. So still pretty close, but the Canadiens, Penguins, and Flyers are starting to fall off a little bit. While in the Western Conference, 5 teams hit the 70-point plateau, including 1 team was at the 80 points plateau, and that's the Jets with at 81. The Stars, Knights, and Oilers are all at 72 points, and the Wild are at 70 points. Then you have 65-point LA, third in the Pacific. You have 68-point Colorado, first wildcard position. And then you have 63-point Vancouver, who's actually taken a step forward and is in the second wildcard position and actually have a pretty big lead for it. At 63-point Vancouver is in the second wildcard position. Then you have Calgary at 60 points, who are now 3 points back of the Canucks for that final wildcard position. Utah's at 57 points, who is 6 points back of a playoff spot. St. Louis is at 55 points, they're 8 back of a playoff spot. And Anaheim is at 54 points, they're 9 back of a playoff spot. So definitely a lot more separation in the Western Conference than the East, but still a lot of intriguing playoff races heading into the Four Nations break. So definitely, that's all I'm going to talk for today. I'll love to hear your thoughts on all of this down in the comment section below, or your opinions on some of the standings updates, and any of the games surprise you. Are you surprised that Utah beat Washington? Are you surprised that Tampa beat Montreal and Detroit? Are you surprised that Dallas lost to the shootout to the LA Kings? Are you surprised the Canucks beat the Leafs? Are you surprised that the Jets beat the Islanders? Are you surprised that Carolina destroyed Utah? Definitely share your thoughts on all of that down in the comment section below. So I'm going to talk for today. Or to like this video, if you're watching, subscribe below. Thank you all your support. We're going to do with you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to comment down in the comment section below. So I'll discuss in this video. Also, a blog to news, rumors, analysis. So for that, so check that out. The link in the description below. And kind of see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.